of nervous. I'm trying to look at this phone, make sure that it looks good. Okay. So I know that this is different because you guys cannot see my face, but I wanted to try something different. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. So I'm gonna basically tell you guys why I'm doing this. I have a bunch of colored pencils and I have this coloring book that has all these different like Disney, like Pixar, characters. And I basically completely forgot that I even had this. Completely. I put it away and I forgot that I had it. And I don't even know how, but I just ended up remembering that I had it somehow, and I was like, no freaking way. I can't believe, I haven't used that. The reason, what is that? So the reason I got this in the first place is because I, a long time ago, had the idea to go on TikTok Live and to do something like this, like very relaxing, where I would just color and, just have it be relaxing. But I found out that you can't go live on TikTok until you have, I think like 10,000 followers. And so I was like, I didn't get rid of the coloring book, but I, completely forgot about the idea. I was like, forget it. But I am so happy that I remember that I have this, because I was like, okay, if I had that idea like a few months ago to do this on live, even though I can't do it on TikTok, I should do it on here. So I'm so happy that I remembered this, because I completely forgot about this. And I know on my live I usually just talk and I'll just sit there and talk, but I'm so happy that I remember that I have this. Seriously, because if not, this coloring book would have just stayed collecting dust, and I have all these colored pencils, and I was like, why am I not using this? So yeah. I have never seen this movie. This movie is called, what? The Red or something like that. Big Red or something, I don't remember, like the soda. This movie about this cat, I never saw it, but I heard people say that they loved it. They were like, oh my god, it's so amazing. And so yeah, but I know that this cat is orange because this coloring book comes with some stickers, and it has a sticker of this cat, so I'm kind of just looking at that sticker right now. But I know this looks more red. I'm gonna add some orange. I'm gonna try to layer these colors, because you're supposed to do that with colored pencils, like layer them, which takes like a lot of time if you do, but if you do it right, it looks amazing. Because I remember when I was in middle school, my middle school teacher, she I don't know what was her deal, because she was so good at drawing, but she never showed us, like, this was the only time throughout the entire year that she showed us like something that she drew, and it was so amazing. And I just couldn't believe, I was like, why have you been hiding this from us this whole time? So basically she drew this picture. It was like this landscape. I think there was a balcony, but she did it with only colored pencils, and it looked amazing. And she taught us that you have to layer them. and it takes a lot of time, but you have to layer all these colors over time, and over time it will look, the colors are going to look much like richer and much more realistic. So I have never really like taken the time to ever do that. Even though she taught us how to do that, I've just never taken the time to do it because I like it to paint more with like acrylic paint versus using colored pencils. But, you know, I always wondered, you know, what would it be like if I could actually achieve that? I think it just takes a lot of like patience, you know? But I think this is the perfect time to try that because, you know, you have this picture that is already drawn for you. And even though it seems like, oh, that's for little kids, I still think it's a great practice even if you're an adult. If you want to get into like learning how to draw or learning how to use colored pencils, I think this is a great idea. Because then you can learn how to shade and you can learn how to, you know, make the shadows and the details. But yeah, I know this is different from what I usually do on live, but I hope that you guys can like this. You know, I hope you guys enjoy this. I know it's a little different, but I'm hoping that I can do more coloring, you know, get into doing that. And I'm even thinking maybe I can put some relaxing music in the background. I'm just scared, you know, YouTube is gonna copyright me, but I think that would really tie this together. Like having some relaxing music, you know what I mean? Okay, let me see. Now, dang, this cat is so like thick, bro. What is going on? For real though, like, do you see this? Oh my god, bro. Why does this cat look like this? Okay, look. Let me see it. Let me see. Okay, so this is a let me see. This is a red orange. That's perfect. So let me see. I have an orange here, and I'm just gonna try and layer this, and maybe I'll incorporate some shadows in later. But for now, I'm just gonna try and be patient, as patient as I can be. Let me see. Are you a professional drawer? No, no, no. I like to, you know, paint and I like to do art, but I would consider myself a professional if I ever sold stuff that I did. Like, not this, but, you know, if I did something that was original, then I would consider myself a professional if I, you know, started a business or something like that. But, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are so talented and people just don't know about it because they don't sell their stuff, but it doesn't mean that they're not talented, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to sell anything. Gosh, this is where it comes in where I'm like, let me see if that does help. This is where I get impatient because I want to see a result already. Hello. Yeah, this takes time. I can see it a little bit, but also this candle that I have, oh my god, you guys, this candle that I have, it's been burning. You see this right here. It has been burning all day long. And it is like so, I mean, this candle's gonna last me the rest of my life. Because it won't like go down. Do you know what I mean? Like the candle won't burn away. I'm like, is there gasoline? Is there like some type of like, I don't know, like what is in that? Am I breathing in like chemicals or something? Because it won't burn up. It's just like staying at the top. I'm like, what's going on? Oh my god, thank you, Bug. Thank you for subscribing. Yes, I hope that I can continue to draw a little bit more. You know, sometimes it's, how do I say? I feel like this would help me come on live more because this is just very, like, not just relaxing for you guys, but for me. I think this is very relaxing. Like, sometimes if I'm really tired, I don't want to go on live. But this is just so, you know, relaxing. Let me see what other colors I have. Let's see. Ooh, what if I put a yellow? Golden yellow. Let me see. Yeah, I think that is doing something. Maybe, you know, on the rest of this. Is it white? So I'm gonna do orange first over here. And then do the red. I think I should have done that first. Is the orange and the yellow? Oh no! I think that was supposed to be white. Yeah, I think I put a little bit too much red. I think this cat is supposed to be more like orange, but it's okay. I'm gonna see if I can continue to layer. Also, what my art teacher also told us that I still remember is that she said that if you have high quality colored pencils, it's gonna be easy for you to layer these colors. And these colored pencils were super cheap, so I know that these are not those high quality expensive. You know, this is just Crayola. I got these like, I don't even know, I probably got these for like $1, but I think that I don't know, I think it can still be done. You know, I think it might just take a little bit longer. But there are like, I've seen those really fancy colored pencils in the store, but I almost feel like, I'm like, is that a ripoff or do those actually work? Because I don't think I've ever tried them. But there's like a couple brands in the store that are supposedly like super duper fancy, super duper like high quality, you know. Okay. So this is supposed to be white. This is supposed to be white. This is supposed to, wait a minute. Oh, the ears are supposed to be white, just from this picture that I'm looking at. Okay. Let me, okay. Man, what's up with this kitty cat? For real though. You know, I should watch that movie because I'm very confused. Like, I saw the trailer and I just didn't get it. Because the reviews were like, oh my god, this movie made me cry so much. This movie was so amazing. But I just didn't get it because the only thing I saw in the trailer was, I think this little girl turns into this cat. And that was it. I mean, I really didn't understand what else was supposed to happen. So was it like she's a shapeshifter and are like, you know, oh my god, no way, or shapeshifter, or what? You know? I don't know. I didn't know. But I remember even, I think I was even thinking about going to watch it in theaters or something, but I do that all the time. I'm like, oh, I should watch this at the movie theater, and I just like completely forget about it. And I don't even watch it. I think I'm gonna do that with Wicked because I really like musicals, and I was like, hey, maybe I should go see Wicked, and I've just completely forgotten about it. Like, I literally keep forgetting that I could go watch it. I bet it would look super good in theaters, but no, it's because everything comes out on streaming services these days, and it's like, oh my god, you know, eventually it's gonna come out on a streaming service, so it's like, let's see, She's a red panda and all the girls become one and she has to learn to live with it. Oh, all the girls in her family. Oh, okay. I thought it was really just like, I don't know, I thought it only involved like her classmates. I was kind of confused. I was like, what is this? Oh, this is a panda? Wait, this is not a cat? I'm so confused right now. Why? Wait, is the movie called Red Panda? Now I'm getting flashbacks. Wait, now I'm really thinking about it. Maybe the movie was not called, or was it called Big Red? Oh my god, I can't remember. I cannot remember. So this is not a cat? I mean, this sure looks like a freaking cat. You know what? I wonder if she has superpowers. Unless, it's just super strength. Because, being a big animal. That is crazy. I think even if I go over the lines here, it would be okay because I do have a lot of colored pencils and I might be able to cover it up. So I'm not like too worried about it if I go over the lines like on these paws. And this paper thankfully is not white, it's kind of gray, so that helps when you're trying to use white because it's not just gonna blend in with the background. Oh, Turning Red. Dude, I knew it. It's called Turning Red. Okay, it had something to do with being red. I remember that. Yeah. Let me see. This this looks darker. Yeah, let me try this one. What does this say? Orange? I don't know. Some of these are kind of old. Some of these are new and some of these are old. I think this is doing something. Also, I hope everybody had a good holiday. I hope everybody had a good Christmas and all that. I think Christmas is like stressful for a lot of people, but I hope that everybody was able to enjoy it. You know what I was thinking? I think someone said this on like TikTok or something, but they basically said that what they do, instead of buying all their gifts like in the month of December, they will buy gifts throughout the entire year and just like compile them. So that way when Christmas comes around, they don't really have to go to the store because they already have all their gifts, from buying them, earlier in the year. And I think that's like really smart. Because, dude, I tried to go to the store a couple times and it was just so overwhelming. I mean, there was like an insane amount of people at every store, and I was like, dude. So I think that's, stressful being at the store, when literally everybody else is. That is stressful. I think I had to get like eggs or something. Like, I just needed like one thing. Oh, I remember what it was. I had to get coconut oil because I use coconut oil in my hair. And I was like, I have to get coconut oil. And I looked up the parking lot and I went home. I was like, forget it, dude. I looked at the parking lot and I was like, nah, dude. I mean, I had never seen so many cars in a parking lot before, and I was like, forget it, dude. This is also, okay, this is what I don't like about paper in general, is that it will crease. I swear, you look at paper once and it will start creasing. It's very annoying. But paper is just so fragile. Like, do you see that? But hopefully it, like, oh, you guys, there's also, look at that. I don't know what the heck this is about, but I mean, this is supposed to be a Pixar, I don't know. But we also have to paint the back. I mean, not paint, we have to draw. I mean, color the back of this. So that's fun. Mm-mm. Oh my god, I'm getting impatient. I'm putting more pressure on this, which is what our art teacher told us not to do, but I'm just getting impatient. I just want this to, I want more color already. You know what, also, let me, ooh, this is pretty. Let me paint this. I keep saying paint. Okay. You know what? This is that container that you have in school for to hold your pencils. Dude, I remember being a little kid and being so like any commercial that I saw, I would immediately fall for it if I saw a commercial on the TV, and I would be like, I need that. So anytime I was in the store or I saw a commercial for a really fancy pencil holder, it feels like you need it, like you actually need it, even though you literally don't. But when I was little, the way that they would design those, I was like, dude, like imagine my life would change if I had one of those, which was so freaking stupid because it's just to hold your pencils. But those commercials work on children, which is crazy. Oh, is that the tail? Let me see. Oh, it's a pen. Is there another pencil? Oh, yeah, there's. Okay. I think this is another pencil right here. I wonder what color the chair is supposed to be. Actually, it's metal, so I'm gonna do gray. Let's see. There is this, I don't even know who it is, honestly, but I was on TikTok and I saw that this guy, I think it was a guy, he was like doing this, like coloring, but it was a self-portrait. So it was like a little drawing he did of himself. And at first because this was like over the course of like days, and for a long time I was like, I just felt like he wasn't making any progress because it looked the same. Every time that live came up on my feed, the drawing looked exactly the same. And I was like, I don't know. Why is he? It was like he was coloring, but nothing was happening. But then, oh my god, some stupid idiot is driving their car. Okay. But then, the last time I saw that drawing, it looked like really, really good because all that layering from the colored pencils was finally paying off, and it looked really good. And you could like tell that it, just looked way more realistic. I wonder if, is this metal too, right? This is metal and this would be the plastic part. Yeah. Okay, I see it. Yeah, this is the metal part. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I hope that people like this drawing. Let's see. What color should I make that? Maybe I should make it just like a blue. Usually these seats in class are like super ugly. You know, I didn't like school because of the kids at school. I always hated like everybody in my school. I was like, wow, I cannot wait for the day that I leave and I never see these idiots again. I loved learning and I loved doing homework and I loved reading and I loved getting good grades and being super smart. But I hated the fact that I was there with other kids and I looked at them and I thought, I'm so much better than you. I'm just kidding. No, but a lot of kids were so disruptive and it was really annoying because I swear the teachers in my schools were always so lazy and they would find any reason to not do their job and not teach us. They would find any reason to like literally not teach us anything. And they would be like, oh my god, so and so is being really disruptive. Therefore, we're not going to do the lesson. And literally, I'm not kidding, literally. And they would like basically just throw some random textbook at us and say, oh, now that you guys are being disruptive or talking, you can just like read out of a chapter of that or something. And they would sit at their desk and like start texting someone. I was like, I didn't really go to that grade of like schools, and I was just like, man, these teachers are so fucking stupid. Not all of them were bad, but like a lot of them, the majority of them were so like lazy. I was like, can you just teach me what you're supposed to be teaching me? Dude, oh my god, and the other day, oh my god, the other day, this was not the other, this was, I don't know, I don't remember when this was, but it was kind of recently. I went to a museum and there was a bunch of kids there, like a bunch of kids just from, I don't even know, they were on a field trip or something. And those kids were screaming and yelling, and the teacher was also being super loud. The teacher was like trying to calm them down, and it triggered me so badly. Like, I felt like I was back in school and I had like war flashbacks, and I was like, no. I was like, this is disgusting. Dude, I just hate, like, I mean, it's like, would it kill you to just shut the fuck up? Like, would that kill you, bro? To just shut the fuck up? And like look at the stupid paintings and just go home like, what is wrong with you people? Like, that's how I would always feel when I was in school. I was like, just shut the fuck up, bro. Like, are you on Adderall or what? Like, what are you on to be acting like this? And I remember standing there just trying to enjoy the fucking painting that I was looking at. And I was so like, my body could not relax because all I heard was children screaming, and I was like, you guys, they weren't that little either. I'm like, they looked like they were in middle school, and I was just like, I was just like, I don't know what's wrong with you people. Dude, you know what's weird though? After I left, like, after I graduated, now that I'm an adult basically, right? I I never ever see kids that I went to school with anywhere. It's like they disappeared. I mean, I have not seen a single person that I went to school with anywhere. I think I saw one girl, she was working at the movie theater, and I maybe saw one other guy. I mean, I could be wrong. He kind of looked familiar, but it's so weird because either they had like a crazy growth spurt and just look completely different, or I don't know, they disappeared. Because I have not, to my knowledge, I have not seen a single person that I went to school with. And when I see this, I mean just like in general, like in public. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're at the store or something, like, which I'm grateful for because those idiots were so annoying. But like that's the only reason that I do not miss school is because of those stupid kids. Oh my god, I felt like I was an adult amongst children when I was in school. That's what I felt like. And which is weird because I'm like, am I the only person that is like that? I don't know, because I felt like I would always sit with like, is this gonna break? I would only sit with like one or two girls that were like really quiet. And I'm just like, why are people so loud, bro? That's what I don't get. That's what I would always ask myself in school. I was like, why are people screaming and yelling and running like maniacs and throwing things around and bothering me? I was like, leave me alone. That's what I don't really understand about people is that I like to mind my own business. I like to do my own thing. I like to work in silence. I like to just mind my own business and keep to myself. And I've noticed that I've worked like many different jobs, and I've noticed that like people really love to like be involved in drama, or like they really like to like just talk nonstop, and they follow you around. Even at work, I'm talking about the jobs that I've worked at. Like people, it's kind of like those kids don't, their body gets bigger but their mind doesn't get bigger. And you can see that when you work with people at jobs when you're an adult. Like people don't really change. Like it's kind of like you still feel like you're back at school with those stupid kids. Not that people are trying to be mean, and I get that, but I just feel like sometimes people, you know, they will just want to talk and hang out all the time, but you know, it's like I don't know you like that, and also I have like a lot of responsibilities and I don't have time to be hanging out with people all the time. And it's weird because a lot of these people who are like this are older than me. They have kids, like they have an entire husband at home, you know, and it's weird. I'm like, why are you like where are you finding the time to hang out with people? Like you're, I don't know, like a teenager. Like what is that? I don't know, I like to keep to myself. And it really, it's not that people, I know it's not that people are trying to be mean, but it really, really gets on my nerves when I'm just trying to mind my own business and people keep trying to get in my business, you know? I'm just like, leave me alone, please. That's so real because the kids in my school are insane. Yes, dude. Kids, I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, it's like, what drugs are you on? Like, I agree with you. Like, what are you on? Like, literally, are you on drugs or what? Like, it just, it doesn't make sense. And, but the thing is, a lot of people, a lot of adults are like that. They cause problems for themselves and other people, and they are very problematic in it. And it just shows you that those kids never really change. You know, like, what color do I want these for? Like when you get older and start working, you're gonna see that a lot of people that you work with are really, really crazy, and they're not really that great of individuals, and they have serious issues. And it's just like, you know what my motto is? You know how people say more money, more problems? That is a huge lie. I think the saying should be more people, more problems. Like, people cause problems, okay? So I think if you avoid as many people as possible, you avoid problems, and that's just been so true in my life. Like, the more people that I'm surrounded by, the more problems I have in life. Because people really are crazy. I mean, people will get jealous of you. They'll start to gossip about you. They'll make up lies about you. They'll try to ruin your life for no reason. They'll like harass you, cause you problems just for nothing. I mean, over literally nothing. Just because they're fucking crazy. I don't know, dude. They fell and hit their head. I don't know. But a lot of people are literally, and a lot of adults are also drug addicts, which I don't think people talk about enough. A lot of adults are on heavy drugs every single day, and they go to work like that because they're so addicted. And they're good at hiding it, but they're not able to hide it that well because they act crazy, dude. Most adults are addicted to vaping, cigarettes, alcohol, weed. They're addicted to something. I swear they're all addicted to something, and it's like that's part of why they act like so insane, because they're on drugs. And it's so funny too, because I feel so bad. Like, this is not something to laugh about. First of all, this is serious, but it is like it's crazy because they genuinely believe that they are acting normal when they are not. And I've like talked to coworkers before about, and they've literally tried to convince me to become a drug addict like them. Literally, they're like, oh my god, yeah, like smoking every day like helps me, and it's like so good for you. And I'm like, you look crazy. Like, you look crazy. Like, you look like a crackhead, and you're trying to convince me that doing drugs every day is good for you. Like, you look like a crackhead right now, girl. Like, please be for real. Seriously, like, I love, like, when I was growing up, I was like forced to be around people all the time, like at church or at school. And now, like, when you become an adult, like, if you want to keep to yourself most of the time, like, you can do that. And I'm just so happy that I'm an adult now and I don't have to be around people if I don't want to. And there's like nothing wrong with that. I think it's actually smart to do that because, you know, people are crazy. And if you avoid them, you avoid their craziness. And I think also when you're okay with, when you really care about yourself, and when you're like, how do I say, like, I feel like, yeah, when you like really care about yourself and you see all the good qualities in yourself, you're gonna be okay with spending time by yourself. You're not gonna feel the need to, you know, constantly hang out with people and get approval from other people, because you're gonna know that you're enough, and you're gonna know that, you know, that you don't need that validation from other people, because you are a really great person, and you don't need to constantly spend time with people to get that validation, because you can get it from yourself. And at the times in my life where I spent the most time with people is the times in my life where I didn't feel that great about myself. Like, when I feel good about myself and when I feel like I'm proud of myself, or like I'm, you know, investing more in myself, then I spend more time alone, because, you know, you don't need that external validation. You know what I mean? And I think that also applies with being single. Like, I am not looking for a relationship right now, and, you know, what's the rush? I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. Where should this be? And you know what? Especially as a woman, like, being in a relationship all the time can really ruin your life and hold you back, because you're constantly thinking about somebody else, you know, and you can't really discover how, like, your potential and just how amazing you are and how smart you are and how, like, much you can invest in yourself, because you're thinking about somebody else. I think it's important to be single, like, throughout your 20s. I mean, I've dated plenty before, but that was like when I was a teenager, and it was honestly such a waste of time. And I wish that I had never even bothered dating people in my like teenage years. It just makes more sense to like start dating when you're, you know, in your 30s, honestly. And when you have done like achieved a lot of your goals, and when you know, have your career, you have your house, you have your money, you're like really proud of yourself, and then you can go into a relationship, because then you are like, well, I've done really well for myself, so I'm not gonna settle for a loser because I deserve someone amazing. You can't do that in your 20s because you haven't had the time to do anything. You know, it's just not fair to yourself. You don't really know yourself that well. You just haven't had the time to really experience life because you're not that old. So, like, I'm 23 right now, and like, I'm not thinking about I'm gonna get in a relationship. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, relationships can last like years, you know what I mean? It just does not make sense to me to get in a relationship when you're young, especially like marriage. That is like one of the biggest mistakes I think someone can make. And unfortunately, I think sometimes people realize that, but they don't want to get a divorce. So they just stay in a marriage for the rest of their life. And it's like really sad. I mean, literally, what is the rush? I don't understand. Like people are so obsessed with like dating and getting married, and I'm like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Like, why don't you focus on literally anything else? A lot of times these people don't have any money, they don't have any career, they have all these bad habits, they're addicted to something, they're just like a loser. And you're thinking about getting married? Hello? Are you dumb? Like, why don't you focus on yourself? Like, go back to school. I don't know. You know, try and actually get a good career, or move, or learn something new, or develop yourself as an individual. Learn how to take care of yourself, you know? It's like I just don't get that. You know, wanting to get married at a young age, that's so weird to me. Because you really, I mean, most of the time you're going to end up marrying some loser because you just don't really know yourself that well, and you don't really have high standards, and so you end up with a loser. And then you wake up and you're 50 years old and you're like, wow, I wish I never married this idiot. You know? I mean, being in a relationship is nice, but I've experienced like all that, and it's just like being single, especially right now, is like a way better. Way better. Because I can really just focus on me, you know? And just because like somebody, like, how do I explain this? A lot of people, if I really wanted to date somebody, I could date somebody right now. And I'm not trying to say that like I'm all that, but a lot of times when guys are flirting with you all the time, or when people are flirting with you all the time, and a lot of people are interested in being with you, it can feel like, you know, oh, like maybe I should get in a relationship. But just because a lot of people find you attractive does not mean that you should be getting in a relationship. It just means that other people find you attractive and that you're cool. And a lot of people are also very desperate. A lot of men, a lot of men at the jobs that I've worked at are so desperate to have a girlfriend, and they don't care who it is or what they're like. They just want a girlfriend, and they'll just flirt with you, and you know, with anybody really, just because they just want a girlfriend so badly. So just because people are giving you attention doesn't mean you should get in a relationship. It just means like, you know, people like you, which is great, but it doesn't mean you have to start dating one of those idiots. And I know this sounds like mean, but it's like a lot of people are stupid, dude. A lot of people, you're gonna date them and they're gonna ruin your life because they're dumb. It just makes more sense to like really accomplish a bunch of things, and then you have all these high standards. You're like, hey, well, I have a degree, I make my own money, I work out and I look really good, I have, you know, a really good job, I have a really nice apartment. What are you gonna, you know, can you even match me, like reach my level? That way you won't end up with a loser, because then you know all the things you're capable of. And you know, you're not going to date a guy or a girl that can't even reach your level, you know. You're not going to be with some idiot that's going to hold you back. You can really be with someone who like has done all the things that you have done and has like really good qualities and healthy relationship skills and is like actually a good person and like knows how to be responsible. A lot of people do not know how to be responsible. They don't know how to pay their bills. They don't know how to save money. They, you know, don't know how to keep a job. They're just fucking idiots. I'm sorry. I mean, you're dumb. Like, I'm sorry. You guys, I've met a lot of stupid people, and a lot of people, you know, it makes more sense to learn how to do all these things. And so then it's easy to tell when someone doesn't know how to do those things. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I, you know, have my own place. I'm not going to date someone who's still living with their mom and dad. Do you know what I mean? Because you're not on my level, you know? And I don't think that's mean. I think that's just being realistic. You don't have like the same experience that I have. It's not the same having your own place versus living with your parents. It's like a different level of responsibility. And it's the same thing like with people who, you know, maybe someone has traveled a lot and they really like to travel and learn new languages. It makes more sense to be with someone who is just like that versus, you know, being with someone who is kind of uneducated and about different cultures and maybe even a little racist, you know? So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just going on a rant here, but I just see the way people act and I just see the way people act, bro, and I'm like, what is going on for real? Like, it just, I don't know. I don't even know. And I don't even mean people younger than me. When I talk about this stuff, I mean people who are way older than me. I will see people who are like way older than me like acting a certain way, and I'm like, what is going on right now? It's like they don't take their life seriously. It's just weird. I'm like, dude, you're like 40. Like, what is going on? I don't know. But you know what? I might end this live here. I've actually looked at the time and I've been here like for such a long time, but okay. You know, I think this looks okay. I mean, I think because I was talking so much, I think I kind of, these colors, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but I will, you know, come back to this live later, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, hopefully I can go on live like here soon and we can, you know, continue this drawing. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I will see you guys later. Bye. How do I end this?